one of my manager's friends was connected with the owner of BKFC, and I told him that I wanted to do it because I saw social media influencers doing it in the past, but they wore gloves. And they told Brad, my manager, they told him that they don't want to do another gloves thing. So I was just like, all right, I'll do it, no gloves.
Was this a hard decision? I mean, I know guys who have been fighting forever, professional fighters who are like, nah, that's a little too crazy for me. Like, was there any hesitation, or are you just that crazy?
I wouldn't say it like, I mean, I guess you have to be like a little crazy. I'm not, I'm not like, I'm not fighting like somebody super crazy, you know. I mean, he's a 3-0 bare knuckle fighter, but he usually fights at like the 125, 135 weight
Right.
division. So he's meeting me up at 165, and we're gonna fight at my comfortable weight. So
I'm glad you said that. And it doesn't sound like, Bryce, you're content to go in there and lose. It sounds like you want to go in there, you want to put forth a good performance, and that you want to win this fight. Is that right in saying that that's the expectation, not to just survive, essentially?
yeah, no, I'm going in there to win. I don't want to lose again. I want to tell my kids one day that I'm at least like an even boxer, not like a 0-1 boxer and 0-2 boxer. So
What would that mean to you to actually? I mean, this is a real deal fight. What would that mean to you to win something like this? I would think that would be a hell of an accomplishment.
it would be a hell of an accomplishment. I'm fighting like a 3-0 bare knuckle fighter in a sport that he's like undefeated in. You know, I'll probably shed a tear, but I don't want to pull like the Jake Paul fighting like a retired UFC fighter and then crying after beating like a retired UFC fighter that had like a wrestling background. I mean, it's definitely going to be an accomplishment for sure, and I'm not going to underestimate that. But I am going in there. I'm training like as hard as like I can humanly possibly train. Lorenzo Hunt, the juggernaut, he's been training me. He's taught me a lot, and I'm pretty comfortable. I'm just like at the point now. It's 9 days away, and I'm just ready to get in there and fight. Like I just want to fight now.
Could you see it, especially if it goes well? You're saying, "Hey, let's get back in there and do it again."
I guess it just depends how the outcome, like
Right.
how the outcome plays out.
Because
If
you
I
can get yourself
win,
to a 2-1 fighter here, and then you got the winning record for your kids.
right? If I win, shit, we'll see. I mean, long term, obviously, I want to work with the BKFC. I
Yeah.
think it's a sport that's exponentially blowing up.
Yeah.
And whether I'm doing like the fighting or commentating or interviews, something with them, I want to do it long term with them. Um, so yeah, I definitely see it as a possibility to keep working with them after this fight, but I don't know how much damage my face can take before I'm just like, okay, I don't think I should do this.
I was going to ask you that question. If there's one thing that BKFC is known for, we know that there can be some pretty nasty cuts, and I think that's what a lot of fans actually like seeing because it gets bloody at times. You're a guy who, to some degree, makes money off of your face. Are you worried about that?
No, because I mean, all cuts are gonna heal. Like it's not anything that I haven't felt before. I've been punched in the face bare knuckle. Like I've had cuts across my face. I have scars on my face. Everything heals. I'm not really worried about that at all.
It, you ever stop to think about like, wow, I'm fighting in the same organization? You had Luke Rockhold, Eddie Alvarez. I mean, guys who are really great fighters who have fought for BKFC. You've got Conor McGregor at the event a few months ago. I mean, this is a real deal organization. You ever stop and think like, wow, I'm a part of that. I'm taking a real fight in BKFC.
Yeah, it still hasn't like fully clicked in my head that I'm doing this, um, especially in 9 days. Uh, I think, I mean, me and Eddie Alvarez, we kind of went back and forth on Instagram because he was just saying like that G was gonna walk through me, and I just kind of made fun of him and said like, "Oh yeah, Connor's your daddy." Um, but I'm like an internet troll that people don't understand. Like I'm an internet troll, but I kind of forget that these guys are actually killers and not just YouTube boxers. So I
Right,
kind of have to like play the line.
right,
Like YouTube boxers, it's like I'll make fun of any of them, and I wouldn't even look twice at him
right,
or keep
right.
my head down. With any of these guys, bare knuckle fighters, it's like these guys are killers.
Right, right. A little crazier.